Hello, good evening, and welcome everyone to Thingymajig's racing channel. Do not adjust your sets. You may have read that heading right. We are with the Ultimate Racing League, but we are covering Tier 1, League 1. Nearly the cream. Not quite. The League of Champions is top, then it's League 1. And we are covering. Don't ask me what's gone off. But for some reason, the usual commentator has had to step back, and they've called me in as super sub, like the Messiah or something, to come in and save the day. And that's all the information I know, and that's all the information you guys need, I guess. Right then, so let's catch up with what's been happening in the Ultimate Racing League Tier 1 Round 8. And we'll try and make it snappy so we can get on with Round 8 Tokyo South counter-clockwise. 2 sprint races this evening. Their first sprint race is only using the Racing Soft tyre. The second sprint race is using the Racing Soft and the Racing Mediums. We will be using the Group 3 cars, the beefier steroid-pumped cars, in this league, and we will quickly look at the table. And there's a slight technical hitch. In the replays you can only see their nicknames, and the table's done on there, I'm guessing PSN names, so we might not quite guess who is with whom just straight away, but that's the fun of it. We can sleuth it, and when we sleuth it, amazing things can happen. So let's delve in, shall we? At the top of the championship, after 7 rounds, we have a Wacky Racer for Crash Team Racing on 276 points. In second place, we have Jerry Smiles on 190 points. So, yeah, it looks like Wacky Racer has shown up this season. Absolutely represented and slapped. So Jerry Smiles second on 190 points. Then in third, we have Grahamad Ali on 152 points. Things get interesting here with Smokey Tom in fourth on 151 points. Only 1 point between those two. Fifth place, we have a Slowpoke on 131 points, with Declan chasing him in sixth on 120 points. Seventh, Niggle on 116 points, with Stealth in 8 on 112 points. Still a lot to play for in 6th, 7th and 8th, with only 8 points covering those three. In ninth, we have James Stephen. That's 2 people racing, James and Stephen. He's on 110 points, only 2 points behind Stealth. Then Firepower in 10th on 109 points. Oh my good golly gosh. This table is lit in the middle, absolutely tight as a nun's purse. So Firepower in 10th on 109 points. Hodgie is 11th on 105 points, with C. Broad in 12th on 80 points. Then we have Biggie 13th. No, C. Broad, yeah, on 80 points. Biggie in 13th on 67 points. Benzo in 14th on 48 points. Robbie 15th on 7 points. And Conrad yet to score, it says on this. But I think he's in this race, so maybe he's just joining for this race. Welcome, Conrad. It's my first race with you guys as well, so we have that in common at least. I'm hoping, it says this was race 1, but obviously I don't recognise the names. But let's have a look at the grid. They all applied for their grid position via 10 minutes of hard-on qualifying. I mean, we're talking about the hottest of laps. So let's see how it all shook out. I got rid of my glasses, and that's no good because I need to see the list that I jotted down. On pole, in a McLaren, we have Brisbane, which I'm reckoning might be Wacky Racer, but we'll see. We will see. In second place, second on the grid is Conrad in the Toyota in a lovely Cars Disney sponsorship. Third, we have Grahamad Ali in the Aston Martin, And yes, that livery shows up, baby. In fourth place in the BMW, we have Unforgiven. My favourite chocolate of all the chocolates. In fifth place, we have Love Rocket Rods. And that's ironic because that's the nickname for my Todger. So Love Rocket Rods there in the Mars Toyota. In sixth place, we have Niggle in the NSX, and it's the old new NSX, the new old NSX. Then we have Stealth in seventh place in the BMW, looking absolutely splendid. Look at that. Behold, greatness. Then we have eighth place, Jabbar in another BMW, the partner of Unforgiven, it would seem. And he's looking spanking. Where were we? Ninth place then, Jerry Smiles in the Merc. And that is absolutely clean, isn't it? Eh? Isn't that just clean? Then we have Hodgie in 10th place in a BMW, and that looks absolutely beautiful. Car 70. 11th, we have the Big Mac. It's the other Reese's Pieces McLaren. And yeah, a lot of work from 11th for Big Mac. But around the streets of Tokyo, there's some nice long straights. You can get a tow in. 12th in the Dodge is Firepower. And that looks lovely. There's a bit of a chocolate theme on the grid here, I believe. And then in 14th place... No, have I missed something? Am I totally out? Brisbane, I've got everyone, and I... Hang on. Already, my first one, and I've messed up already because there's too many people at the back. I should have wrote down what cars they were driving. Nyawn, nyawn, nyawn. We'll do a power-up walk, or we'll just go out of the camera and look. Who have I missed then? It must have been an admin, it must have been me writing them down. Brisbane, first place. Second on the grid is Conrod. In third, Grahamad Ali. Then in fourth, come on, hurry up. In fourth, it's Unforgiven. In fifth, Love Rocket Rods. In sixth, Niggle. In seventh, we've got Stealth, hopefully. I know I'm right because I saw Hodgie on the side of a thingy, Stealth. So then Jabber in eighth. Ninth should be Jerry Smiles, hopefully. 10th is Hodgie, and that's where I saw Hodgie on the car, so that's correct. We're right there. 10th Hodgie. Big Mac should be this one, hopefully. Car 10. Brian Mon. I can't even read my own writing there. Brian should be there in 12th. Then 13th, yeah, Firepower. So I don't know who I missed out. Oh, yeah, Firepower, that is it. That is it. The Lexus. And then in 14th, Angry Man in the other Toblerone Dodge. Sorry for the absolute mess up there. I don't know who even know I missed out. I'll watch it back and think, oh, that's where I made the mistake. So anyway, enough of all this. I think we've had enough chat, haven't we? We want racing, and we're not here for this shenanigans. So let's get to it straight away. No, I'm pressing wrong buttons. And here we go then. Brisbane ahead of Conrad, ready to start 16 laps around Tokyo, south counterclockwise. And it's all pretty good at the moment. They're all getting a little tow. Grahamad having a little look in the Aston, but he pulls back in behind the Supra, going through the field. Everything looks pretty neat and tidy so far, and so you would expect it. These are the top of the tops. And now it looks like Conrad is lining up the McLaren with that beautiful tow, pulling out of it. He's having a little look. He's going to make the move. He's on the outside though, and Brisbane all up and on that apex and giving no room for the Supra to get a little shoe in there that he tried to do. Grahamad, sorry, is sticking with him. Then a little gap there with Unforgiven still fourth, and Love Rocket is in a dice with Niggle. So Love Rocket being taken by the Niggle. And it's side-by-side stuff, though. Love Rocket back ahead in the Toyota as they go under the tunnel. Brisbane still leads from Conrad. Grahamad is in third. We are watching fifth, fighting with a Niggle and Stealth just behind them. And there's a nice bunch of cars here with Hodgie lining up. His teammate, it seems, Stealth, 7th and 8th in the Beamer W's. And we're all getting through the hairpin quite tidily so far. But it does look like Stealth ready to make another move on Niggle in the little Honda. And then we got Stealth 7th, Hodgie 8th. Oh, there's the move. No, Niggle's seen it off and closes that door. And Stealth just has to wait, and with all of this racing, Stealth is now becoming slightly vulnerable from his teammate. And was that a little... Oh, Niggle, I thought, had a little barrier up there and given Stealth the absolute opening that he needs to get through. Jabber right in the thick of the action as well. Jerry Smiles in the Mercedes in 10th. Angry Man in 11th. Firepower in 12th. With the Big Mac 13th and Brian in 14th. Oh, there's a bit of a gap here for Brian. Brian's had a rough start, it seems, at the Tokyo track. And Conrad now, he's looking up the inside, but no, decides against it. And Brisbane there, he just outbrakes himself a little bit, but does enough. No, he's sliding to the outside. But again, keeping that McLaren just ahead of the Toyota. And Conrad's going to have to find a new strategy against the McLaren. Grahamad staying with them, and so is Unforgiven. And Love Rocket there, who was racing with Niggle, who's dropped back a little bit, and Stealth and Hodgie, Jabber and Jerry Smiles now right on the tail of these guys. Jerry Smiles lining them up, ready for a go on Jabber. Jabber Shabba. And has he got the move done? He has. He's got it done in the tunnel. And the Merc now up another position in 9th, chasing down the BMWs. Cracking racing there from those guys. And Jabber picks up the toe. He needs to. Oh, sorry, there's some chat. I better check the chat out. I love the chat. I can't open my glasses. Dirgeview in the chat saying for this week it was League 1 and League 2 together. Oh, so the person on pole is actually League 2. That clears things up a little bit, so they've merged. They have merged. Nice, I like it. It's like the multiverse. So we had Rice in there, Niggle right ahead of Stealth, Hodgie, Jerry Smiles, and Jabber then. And these are all caught in this tight battle. The little battle. Oh, Grahamad has gone ahead of Conrad. Shall we have a quick look? That probably was just a toe overtake, but just in case. Oh, it was done some time ago. Sorry. Here we go. It was a blooming fast lap from Grahamad, and he's going for it now. And it was just quite a straightforward overtake from the Aston Martin driver, and that puts him in second, chasing down Brisbane. So Conrad in third. The Toyota looking a little slidey now. The tyres are looking fine on the screen, but yes, that Toyota looking a little bit drifty underneath the hands of Conrad. Unforgiven is there, doing a solid job. He's just waiting to pick up the pieces that are ahead of him, and so is Love Rocket Rods, with Niggle like the cork in the bottle. And what a pressure cooker he is holding up with the Beamer. It's the Third Reich. Literally, he's got behind him. The whole of the Third Reich is waiting to get by poor old Niggle. And there they all go. Oh, Stealth's going for a move. It's a little late. No, Niggle's fine. Niggle is fine. It was Hodgie. Hodgie getting the move done on Stealth, but Stealth's coming back. And my word, the teammates racing hard. But Jerry Smiles now going for a move on Stealth. Stealth missing out to Hodgie, and now losing out to the Mercedes. And the other Beamer is stuck to the back of the Mercedes, trying to go by nearly 3 wide, where 3 wide do not belong. And at the moment, Jerry Smiles just a whisker ahead of Stealth, but it's yet to be decided via a corner. And I think Jabba's going to get the both of them. I think they're both going to have each other. And side by side all the way through the tunnel. This is crazy stuff. It's nearly third. Oh, I don't know what happened. It looked like a knock. No. So far, sorry. I told you Jabba was going to get the both of them. I think Stealth and Jerry have made slight contact. Not on purpose, but slight contact. And Jabba said, thank you. The bickering is got two positions. Beautiful. Now, who is all over the back of the Honda. Love a Rocket catching up. Grahamed's gone behind two people now. Conrad got that position back, and Unforgiven managing to get ahead of the Aston Martin. Absolutely cray-cray. Meanwhile, Brisbane is breezing it out there in the lead, loving life in the McLaren. Conrad in second with Unforgiven giving him pressure like he's never felt before. There hasn't been this much pressure in Conrad's life since his mum squeezed him out, and that was a lot of pressure she needed. It's the sim racing head, it's rather large. But Conrad holding ground at the moment against the BMW of Unforgiven, who is giving it all. And Grahamed there has got to start keeping an eye on his mirrors, because the Toyota of Love Rocket is on his way. Nigel at the moment still staying ahead of Oji in 7th, with Jabba in 8th. Jerry Smiles is 9th, still ahead of Stealth. These two have traded paint, ladies and gentlemen, traded paint. So hard racing to be had. Angry Man's moved up nicely through the pack there, ahead of Firepower. These two are at it, tooth and nail. Angry Man there leaning on the barrier, and that has got to be an easy overtake there for Firepower in the Lexus. So Angry Man going down into 12th with Big Mac in 13th. And Brian, we saw earlier, was quite off of the mark. Brisbane leads, Conrad in second, but there's Unforgiven giving it some big welly. We're on lap 4 of 16, and these guys have not eased off the accelerator once yet. And you might wonder where I get all this energy from, but I am addicted to Dubby. Dubby is the future. Get Dubby. I walk around with it in a drip. I'm intravenously fed Dubby. Okay? They're also the sponsor of the Ultimate Racing League, but still, I'm not going to tell you where the drip is feeding it, but I found a loophole, and that's where I get my energy. So get yourself some Dubby today. Unforgiven, he's on the Dubby because he's through. He's pulled a Dubby, but Conrad might have the inside line here, and it's going to be the battle of the balls on the braking. And at the moment, Unforgiven, he's out wide, and Conrad absolutely owned the apex, and he is through. Unforgiven slipping back into third spot. Well, he touched second for a little bit, like a bad uncle, but now he's back in third. Grahamed is 4th. He's getting the view of a lifetime with Love Rocket trying to catch out the Aston Martin driver. Nigel still ahead, but by some way. Hodgie in 7th, Jabba with that opportune moment against Jerry Smiles and Stealth, and nothing's changed there. Stealth is absolutely laying it on the pressure of Jerry Smiles, and he may have caught him out there. It looks like Stealth's lining him up for a move. It's side-by-side action coming up through the jetty, and the Mercedes looked like it was hanging out a little bit there, but the Merc comes back stronger against the Beamer. But it's the braking, the BMW absolutely reigns supreme, and he is through. The Beamer back ahead of the Mercedes. Jerry Smiles down in 10th. Firepower, we saw get that given an open goal by Angry Man, who has nudged the barrier, and it looks like Brian, his teammate, or is it his teammate? Angry Man and Brian, yeah, they're starting to close in on each other. So Brian's had an amazing comeback. He was quite off the mark there, and he's come back hard, strong and faster, and the Big Mac holds that coveted last place. Brisbane then meanwhile extends the lead No pit stops in this one. The racing soft tyres hopefully will take them all the way to the checkered flag. Conrad in second. And it looks like he's building himself up a little bit of space, and Unforgiven coming in there absolutely late on those brakes. But he got within the lines, and that's what counts. So Unforgiven still chasing that coveted second spot, whilst Grahamad is going to get overtaken by the Love Rocket. And Grahamad riding the inside, but the Love Rocket got through. And that is fourth place then for Love Rocket Rods, and Grahamad Ali is now sitting in fifth. He was in to come back stronger. Still 10 laps to go, with tyre wear being a huge question mark with the new updates, and no one knowing what may come from things. Grahamad giving Love Rocket a little love nudge, and Love Rocket getting a little slidey on the exit of the corner, which is giving Grahamad fourth place back. And hello Tokyo, Grahamad back ahead in fourth place, and that battle continues on. Nigel has pulled a gap out from Hodgie, and Jabba is chasing him down. Jabba with a 57.1 last time around, Hodgie with a 57.6. And with that can-do attitude, I can see that Jabba will be closing in on Hodgie pretty darn soon. Stealth of Jerry Smiles, I think we did see that. They've held each other up. These two are a lot faster than they have been going. But because they've been absolutely dicing for our entertainment, yes, they've lost a lot of lap time. Firepower keeping on top of Brian. Brian's past Angry Man now. Brian is an absolute comeback king at the moment in this race. Lap 6 of 16. And we are seeing the Viper coming back up against the Lexus now. He's going for the outside line, cutting in nicely to the center of the apex, getting a good run on the Lexus down the short straight, going into this heavy braking zone, hoping to get around. He's not even going to get to the braking zone now. Yeah, he's got the inside line. He's got the higher ground, Anakin. So Brian then on the brakes of the Viper, and Bish Bash and Bosh up to 11th as they drive through the industrial park and back out again. And Brian on an absolute run. Firepower in 12th, with Angry Man chasing him down. Still lots of racing to be had here, and Big Mac not too far apart from him as well. Brisbane loving it, 55.3 last time around. That is an absolute rapid lap, with Conrad of 56.7 being chased by Unforgiven. Unforgiven giving him nothing. A 56.3 from Unforgiven last time around. And that is some pace as well, and Conrad is feeling it. That was a rub on the barrier. That's going to have slowed him down. Unforgiven now, like the eye of the tiger, is zeroing in on his Gazelle, and he is going to take it down. He's going to swipe at that back quarter, rear hind, and take down his enemy. Although that Toyota is rather swift in a straight line, and I thought he was going to get the drive. Why have I gone there? I don't want that. Love Rocket in fourth, and he doesn't seem to be hassling these guys. A gap has appeared between fourth and third, and Grahamad has fallen off of the Rocket as well. So Grahamad maybe pacing himself with tyres. Maybe they're starting to think. Let's have a look. We're halfway through. The fuel is just above halfway, so fuel should be okay. Tyres look fine as well. He's probably just had a bit of a rough lap. Hodgie, blinding, has done it finally. He's got himself past Nigel. He has threatened. He has threatened, and he has threatened. He's pulled a 56.797 out of his Jaxie, and he's rubbed it right into Nigel's face, who's doing 57.4s at the moment in the NSX. And if he's not careful, he's going to have a Jabba coming at him. 57.1 from Jabba last time around, and that's only 0.3 faster, but still enough laps to make a real effort on it. Stealth there, 57.1 from Stealth, being chased by Jerry Smiles. 56.7 from the Mercedes driver, and he is racing it like he just stole it, and he is chasing down Stealth. He has payback on mind. He just wants that position. He deserves that position. So Jerry Smiles then chasing down. Let's get on board with the merge. And I'll have a sip of my beer. I might even give you a quiet moment. You know, people need solace and silence sometimes to enjoy the finer things in life. So lap 8 of 16. We're on board with Jerry Smiles. Just about to start a new lap. Are we? I hope so. Yes. Let's have a listen to that engine purr all the way around. Not all the way, but until I get bored and start talking again. Right on his boat. Oh, hello, and we've got an issue. We have got an issue. He slowed up. Let's get out of the car. He's not. Let's go back and see what the bejeebers happened there. It's close racing, and this is a symptom of close race. I don't think there was contact. It looks like the BMW just got a wiggle on, and I think Jerry Smiles helped it, but without meaning to. Then he decided to slow down to try and let Stealth through, but it looked like Stealth slowed down as well. Stealth probably acknowledging it not being Jerry Smiles' fault, and there you go. Beautiful stuff. Very nice gentlemanly racing all around there. And now it's reset, and they're off again at it, trying to thrash each other. So let's have a run through so far. Oh, looks like someone's picked up a heavy penalty. They won't know. Half a second, but Nigel might find he'll get that position back. So I don't know where the penalty area is. Has Hodgie already paid it? No, we must be coming up to it soon. I'm not thumbing my way through Facebook to try and find something on the thingy. So has he paid it? He has, and niggles through. Sorry, because I'm trying to find. I know they've got other things they need to mention in the streams, and I can't remember what they're called. So I'm thumbing through Facebook trying to find it. I've mentioned how amazing Dubby is. So I've ticked that box. I can't find it. I should have been better prepared and taken a snapshot of it. We'll do better next time. So Nigel does get ahead of Hodgie. Jabber closing right in, and again Hodgie getting a wiggle. He's wiggle. No, was it Stealth? It was Stealth that was. I can't remember now if it was Stealth racing Hodgie. I mean Hodgie and Nigel. No, it was Jerry Smiles and Stealth. They're still racing. Sorry, I had a moment. So them two still racing. Angry Man. Oh, he's absolutely missed his braking there. And Firepower, Brian in 11th. Firepower in 12th. Big Mac in 13th. And now Angry Man is having an argument with Barry R. Brisbane leads. It's all going to plan. Absolutely smooth. As he strokes that McLaren around the corners with inch perfection. Conrad in second place, still shadowed by Unforgiven, but Unforgiven cannot just. He's got the pace. He's got the pace on Conrad. I mean, yeah, 56.8, 56.2, 56.5, and a 56.8. Similar pace, but he cannot quite seem to get the job done. Love Rocket Rods in 4th place ahead of Grahamad Ali, who is now getting caught by Nigel, Hodgie and Jabba. Sorry, that was quite sickly, wasn't it? It was like bouncing between cars. I'll try not to make too many rapid movements. Jerry Smiles with his handful of stealth. And Brian on an absolute flyer. Big Mac as well has moved up. Firepower's moved down. It's all action-packed down here for 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th. And again, Brian coming back. And Angry Mac, Big Mac suddenly finds a lot of pace in the McLaren, a 59.3 for Big Mac there. He's come up and into 11th. Brian, a 202. I wonder if he got a knock on a barrier there. And Firepower in 13th with a 201. So Big Mac suddenly finding, well, he's had that pace. He's just, he must have had a bad lap. These guys are all nip and tuck, aren't they? It's lovely stuff down here. Brisbane leads with Conrad in 2nd, Unforgiven in 3rd spot. Oh, Love Rocket coming in late on the brakes there and trying to get some purchase on that podium. Grahamad Ali, he's got to up his pace. He's got to be careful. He's got the Nigel, the Hodgie, and Jabba. Oh, Jabba's lost the back end though. Will that help Jerry Smiles? No. I think with Jerry Smiles and Stealth's incident earlier, racing incident, I don't know, I haven't seen any Stewart's thing. It looked like a racing incident to me. Jabba has got the leanway to make the mistake. He's not got them up and in his rear derriere. Hodgie, meanwhile, is pushing on. He wants that Honda, and now he can see the pink Aston Martin. I believe he fancies a piece of that action also. Love Rocket Rods in 4th with Unforgiven in 3rd. Unforgiven though, he's got a run now. This is looking like the strongest he's had, but again Conrad puts him on the outside, so Conrad has the apex. Unforgiven around the outside, but he's just not got enough. He can't get the foot down, and Conrad is up and ahead. And Unforgiven again even closer coming into this area, but guess who else is closer? Love Rocket Rods is there on the scene, giving it some. Look at all three of these. This is the battle for the podium, and the BMW in a Toyota sandwich, and he's just been done. He's absolutely been done by Love Rocket Rods, and the Toyotas are looking very, very fast here today, and Conrad as well looking not so fast, and Love Rocket might be bruising up and into 2nd spot. Look at him go. Late on the brakes, he's going to be out wide. The BMW trying to avoid Conrad. And yes, Love Rocket seals 2nd place. Beautiful stuff from the master. And Conrad trying to come back, Unforgiven. Hoping these two give him the opportunity. He's up alongside Conrad, but too wide, don't go, and he's got the move finally done. Unforgiven still in 3rd, but ahead of the blue Toyota, and he's got a wheel there coming out of the corner, but he still has the position. Says thank you. Was a gift. We're on lap 13 of 16, 3 laps to go in this race. Brisbane is breezing it miles ahead. Love Rocket has pulled an absolute shocker off. He slapped last lap around, and 2nd and 3rd, and now resides in 2nd place. Unforgiven has been chipping away at the tail end of Conrad for 13 laps, well 12 laps say, and now he has finally been released. And Conrad just won. It was nothing. Didn't even see a mistake there. Just got swamped. So Conrad then trying to regain the ground he has lost. Grahamad is trying to stay ahead of Nigel now. He was in the podium battle earlier this race, and has found, I guess, if you lose the toe, then it's hard to stay with them. And so far Nigel ahead of Hodgie. These two have had an absolute battle royale. Jabba was right with them, but he made a small mistake a lap or two ago, and I mean a small mistake, but it has dropped him off of the back end of the battle for 6th and 7th, but he is comfortably ahead of the battle for 9th and 10th. Jerry Smiles now seems to have pulled away from Stealth. Dropping back, he had a 59.0 on lap 11, and that will do it. So Jerry Smiles pulling away, but he's going to struggle. He's not that far ahead of him. Still one mistake away from losing the position. Brian, who we saw right near the back, or at the back, having an absolute comeback story there, as he's up to 11th. I don't think he's going to get any further, though. I think the guys are way too far ahead of him for him to make an impact in this race. 11th's as good as it's going to get on lap 13th, with the Big Mac and Firepower still duking it out till the end. And the Big Mac there, tyres look fine on these cars, nothing to worry about. And Angry Man was ahead of those guys until he knocked with the barrier. Brisbane, he is absolutely legging it out there, and he's on lap 14 of 16. Love Rocket has pulled a lovely gap out from Unforgiven, and Conrad has some ground to make up if he wants that podium back. He's been sat in second the whole race. I don't want to rub this in. I don't want him to make him feel bad or anything, but my word, that's got to be painful. Grahamad, 57.1 from Grahamad. He looks like he's found that pace again in the Lexus Genesis. Hodgie's back at 57.4 from Hodgie. So it's recently happened, but I can't keep going back and looking. We'll be here all night. These two have been absolutely racing tooth and nail all the way. So Hodgie 6th, but Niggle all up and in his busyness. And you can back, and you can see Grahamad ahead. Oh no! Hodgie breaks himself and gives the position back to Niggle. Niggle up and back into 6th spot. This race is blinding. And Grahamad not far up the road. What can Niggle do in the little Honda NSX? Absolutely sweeping from one wall to another. This man fears no wall out here at Tokyo. Hodgie has been racing hard all the race. He'll feel that he deserves that 6th place the way he has driven. Jabba trying to claw himself back into that battle, but I fear he's kind of lost that toe now, and it's going to be hard for him to get back up close to those guys unless they make a mistake. Jerry Smiles pulling away from Stealth, and Brian there has some ground to make up, and it's going to be tough in the next 2 laps. Big Mac in 12th with Firepower 13th, and Angry Man 14th. Unforgiven is closing back up to Love Rocket Rods. 56.3 from Love Rocket last time around. Unforgiven at 56.0. So a good hard racing here from the BMW driving. As Love Rocket trying to do just enough to keep that 2nd place in his possession. He's not going to go ahead and get Brisbane, but holding on to 2nd has got to be... Oh no, Unforgiven has dropped it, and Conrad is back. Now how far? Grahamad has dropped back somewhat. He's getting the yellow flags, but Unforgiven gets up and gets off again. Go on, just walk it off, our lads. He'll be re. And Unforgiven just a little excitable on the accelerator, and the BMW bit his bum. Grahamad Ali then too far back to get anything out of that, but his worries now are not what's ahead of him. I believe they're what's behind him. A 57.5 from the Aston Martin last time around, and Niggle a 58.4. So he's a little slow. He's got to have made a mistake this lap, because that gap is closed. 58.9 this lap for Grahamad. It's the final lap though, He only has to hold on for one more lap. The NSX absolutely flying at the moment. Hodgie unable to stay with the Honda, but he's got a nice gap from Jabba in 8th. Jerry Smiles in 9th. We saw fuel flashing, but I'm sure it's enough to get to the end of the race. And that'd be nice for Jerry Smiles if Jabba had to start backing off because of fuel. But he should be okay. Jerry Smiles in 9th. Stealth in 10th. Brian in 11th. 12th for Big Mac. Firepower in 13th. And Angry Man in 14th. So we'll watch. How far away is he? He's not much there. Love Rocket. Conrad. There is, it looks like we're pretty good here. Nigel might try on Grahamad before the end of the race. As Brisbane brings it into the last sector, is it? Before he crosses the line to take the win of the first sprint. An absolute and a great drive in the McLaren. Love Rocket pulling that absolute blinder of a move off, overtaking 2 people on 1 corner, and he is bringing it home for 2nd place. Great drive in the Toyota. Conrad gains the podium back from Unforgiven's mistake. Take a boo, my son. Unforgiven grabs himself a 4th spot. Grahamad is under pressure. He is under pressure up to the line, but it looks like he's got it. And it's 5th place for Grahamad. Nigel in 6th. Hodgie gets 7th. Jabba's run out of fuel. Jabba did run out of fuel. Jerry Smiles gets that 8th place, and Jabba is hoping he can get to the line before Stealth gets there, and he does. Jabba in 9th, 10th for Stealth. Brian, what could he have done if he hadn't fallen back so far in 11th? He had good pace today in the Dodge, and with the reverse grid, he's going to be in an okay position, but he's got to get that power down and get those lap times done instantaneously. So Brian then heading towards his line. It is just ahead of Big Mac for 11th. Big Mac in 12th. 13th for Firepower. And Angry Man coming around now in his Dodge. Looking rather splendid. He'll be starting pole for the next race. That was race 1 of round 8 of tier 1 of the Ultimate Racing League. And what a race it was. Well done at Brisbane. That's a rubbish picture, isn't it? Love Rocket, oh God. And Love Rocket getting a great 2nd. And Conrad rounding out the podium. Beautiful stuff then. Let's move on to race 2. My word, it's hot. And they're sponsored by an air conditioning, but I couldn't find what it was called on Facebook. That's why I went all quiet trying to find their... Oh, Facebook's reset itself now. So, yeah, but I'm their favourite customer, and I have their air conditioning. They're the reason I learnt to do handstands naked. Right, where am I going? Collection, because I didn't do it. And race 2... Now, you can't look because it's spoiler at the side, so do not look. Just don't look at the screen. I'll tell you when. Not yet, but I'll tell you when to look away and to look back. No, I won't, because you're not children. Just don't pay attention to the list of names. There you go. You wouldn't have been able to read them anyway. So I will pause it, because I'm not that fast at getting all this display stuff up. Here we go. So, starting on pole on the racing mediums is Angry Man. It's a reverse grid, so it makes sense. Firepower in 2nd on the mediums. Big Mac 3rd on the mediums. Brian Moncani is 4th on the mediums. Stealth starting 5th on the racing mediums. Jabba is starting on the racing mediums. Jerry Smiles is starting on the mediums. Hodgie is starting on the mediums. Nigel is starting on the softs. Grahamad Ali is on the mediums. Conrad is starting on the mediums. Unforgiven in 12th is on the mediums. Love Rocket Rods is 13th. He's starting on the mediums. And Brisbane is on the medium. So everyone except for Nigel, I believe, is starting on the medium tyres. And there is a pit window. I can't remember what it was now. Where they will have to change because they have to use two opposite sets. Oh, Angry Man pulling out the way. He doesn't want the heat of the first corner. So Firepower takes over the lead against Big Mac. And Brian Carney there in third as a BMW of Stealth tries to make his way through. And at the moment, Firepower holding them off. He's got a little lead. And Brian, we saw, had good pace in the earlier race. And Big Mac in third. Then we have Stealth in fourth in the BMW with Jabber in fifth. Jerry Smiles in sixth. Hodgie in seventh. And Nigel just behind all of the Third Reich, with Hodgie just there as well, and Grahammed in 10th, but it's all moving. Oh, Grahammed gets a wobbly back end, and he has to get out of the accelerator, which helps everyone by. So Unforgiven, I think, is the man who's making the moves. Nigel was on those soft tyres. He'll be wanting to get on pretty early. And Brian McCartney in second. Stealth is the one that's made the big leaps there in third. Jerry Smiles in fourth. Big Mac slipping down into fifth. Nigel in sixth. Oh, and it's three wide here as a big bash under the tunnel. Hodgie, Jabber, Love Rocket. I didn't see. It'll be whoever's got the damage, I guess. It wasn't Angry Man. He pulled over at the beginning. Oh, no, it's got to be Unforgiven, hasn't it? It's got to be Unforgiven. We saw into the wall with his partner there, Jabber, side by side, doing some promo shots. If they don't get the positions you want, let's do some promo shots. Beautiful stuff. Grahammed down in 11th as well, behind the two Reese's Pieces McLarens. And Brisbane, the one just ahead. Big Mac, the one behind. But the Pink Avenger, the Aston Martin, trying to come through. He gets by one. He gets by Big Mac, and Brisbane on his way though, and he's got Hodgie fighting Conrad just up ahead of him. Meanwhile, Brian has taken over the lead. Firepower slipping down to third. Jerry Smiles right there, and Brian then in the American car leads this race ahead of Stealth in second in the BMW. Firepower is third in the Lexus, being followed very closely by the Mercedes of Jerry Smiles. Has he got the move done? He's alongside. He looks like he's on the right side for the Apex. Can he get his braking right? And beautiful stuff on that Apex. Oh dear, we've had a slide. Who was that? Brian was leading. It looks like he's lost the back end, and he's having to wait for the whole pack to come by. And Stealth now leads from Jerry Smiles. Firepower in third. Love Rocket up into fourth. Nigel, oh, he's picked up a half a second penalty. He's the only one on those soft tyres, remember. And I think everyone around him will pit. Excuse me, I'm going to have a little rehydration with my Corona. I drink Corona to do my part for the alphabet community. Three wide here with Nigel really trying to get in there against Love Rocket and Firepower. Beautiful racing here. And Love Rocket trying to line himself up the inside of Firepower there. Firepower doing all he can, making that Lexus as wide as possible to keep the Love Rocket at bay. And Nigel with that grip advantage. Oh, and I think Firepower has rubbed up against the barrier, and Love Rocket is through. And I am assuming Nigel with the penalty can't get through. So Firepower saves a position there. He loses position, but he could have easily lost it to Nigel, but Nigel picking up a penalty has been penalised. Brisbane in sixth place, trying to make his way through the pack. Don't forget they're all on medium tyres. Grip will be very, very low. for these guys. Grahamad is being stalked by Hodgie. Hodgie now making the move up the inside onto the apex, and Textbook, no, he doesn't quite get it to sit, and Grahamad around the outside of the corner keeps the position. Beautiful stuff from the Aston Martin driver. Stays in 7th ahead of Hodgie. Jabba in 8th ahead of his teammate Unforgiven. These guys are using this race as a promo for Galaxy, and they've won me over because I could just do with a nice creamy bar of chocolate right at the back of my throat. Go on, get it down there, it's good for thee. So Hodgie then chasing down Grahamad and trying to keep that gap between the two BMW teammates. And Jabba, is he holding up his, I'm not going to say faster teammate, but he did qualify ahead of him in the original qualifying. Under braking then for Unforgiven. And I think that was a race move and not a McLaren manoeuvre. The McLaren F1 team, that I mean. That helps with Big Mac. Who said that? That helps with Big Mac, does it not? No, there is a nice gap there. So Big Mac ahead. Oh no, Big Mac. Oh, I thought I saw him in the wall then. But he's not, he's moving. So Big Mac in 11th. Brian in 12th after we saw, oh, Conrad down. And we saw Conrad add a lot of pace in the first race. He got a podium, and somehow he has ended quite far down the pack. Angry Man we saw pulling over to let, oh no, Angry Man's gone. He got so angry he left. He was incensed. Why can't I go outside the car? There you go. So Stealth leads. Why does Stealth lead? Yeah, Stealth did lead anyway, I think, because Firepower slowly slipped down. Firepower dropping even more. Now Firepower in 8th place behind Hodgie, who's chasing Grahamad. Nigel on those soft tyres is behind Brisbane. And Love Rocket at the moment in 3rd, chasing down Jerry Smiles. But it's Stealth that's leading this race quite comfortably at the moment. Lap 4 of 16. And Stealth is the man. And Jerry Smiles, his wingman, his rear gunner, it would seem, against the Toyota, the very swift Toyota we found around the streets of Tokyo. That thing slaps. With Brisbane, he slaps. We know his pace is absolutely shocking, and he is moving on up. And now he's in 4th at the moment, chasing down Love Rocket. Nigel staying with him on those soft tyres though. Nigel with the advantage of the stickier tyre, and it'll just be coming into its own now. Lap 4, I imagine it's in the sweet spot, and it looks like Nigel is ready to get the move done on Brisbane. Brisbane having to race for the position. It's not what he was expecting, I'm sure. But the old NSX is all up and in his business. A bit of racing ahead. Jerry Smiles and Love Rocket. Looks like Love Rocket up and into 2nd place now, and is chasing Stealth. The rear gunner for Stealth. It didn't quite work out for him, and Love Rocket getting by rather easily. Brisbane at the moment trying to keep Nigel behind, but Nigel, it's costing him because he's on the soft tyres. He would like to be ahead of that McLaren, chasing down those two. He should be leading the race, in all fairness, with his tyres. Stealth at the moment, BMW, is leading ahead of Love Rocket. Rods in 2nd, Jerry Smiles in 3rd, Brisbane in 4th ahead of Nigel, who is probably getting quite frustrated with the back of that McLaren, and it's helping Grahamad catch up with Hodgie in his tow. Firepower in 8th ahead of the Galaxy BMWs, and Jabba back. Oh, Jabba having a big hit on the barrier there, but no damage. And that's Jabba has got back ahead of Unforgiven. Unforgiven, after an absolute blinding first race, is having a tragic second race. Oh, he gets the move done though, and looks very nice doing it. Jabba down in 10th. Unforgiven then goes on the attack for Firepower. Big Mac in 11th place at the moment, ahead of Brian, who is doing a rewrite of the first race, where he has to come back from the back. And he's got Conrad for company, who we know is no slouch himself. The medium tyres must be catching some of these guys out, because they seem to be out of position. Stealth is not out of position though. He is owning it, absolutely owning it. This one's going to be down to the pit strategy. What will they do with the pit stops? That will be all the big questions. The medium tyre runners, I imagine, will be wanting to come in as soon as the window opens. We saw that the soft tyres could easily make the 16 laps. So I imagine they're doing the minimum, although the pit lane is on a long straight here, and that would hurt them pitting. So, but they've all got a pit, so it won't make any difference really to anyone. So yeah, I imagine the pit window's probably open about now. I think it's between 10 and 20 minutes. But I could not be 100% sure with that one. Stealth ahead of Love Rocket, with Jerry Smiles in third. Brisbane still ahead of Niggle, but Niggle is staying with him. Niggle is absolutely laying down the pipe there with those soft tyres, and we can only assume that Brisbane will pit before Niggle, and that will open the road up there for Niggle so he can crack on. He has pitted, sorry, I was doing something on my phone. So Brisbane does go in. Did he pit before I actually said we assume he's going to pit as soon as he can? So there's a couple in the pits. Firepower's come in as well. Big Mac come in to get rid of those medium tyres. Brian stays out with his mediums. Someone's just got out ahead of him. Brisbane, who is letting him by because he knows his tyres are cold. He has to warm them up a little bit. Let's have a look then. Sorry, it's a bit rough going through. I know that there's a way you can get that thing up and just go through like that and drop onto them. I do know that, I'm too impatient. Stealth leads this race. Medium tyres, has not pitted yet. At the moment, Brisbane will be getting the undercut on these guys. Love Rocket, fastest man on track so far, 57.3 with those medium tyres on. And he's closing in on the BMW. Jerry Smiles in third place, yet to pit. Niggle on the softs. I'm imagining he's going to go right up to, I think that 12 might be when the window closes, or 20 minutes. And I imagine he's going to try and make those soft tyres go all the way there. Grahammed, he's on the mediums, opted not to pit yet. Hodgie also opting not to pit in sixth place. Unforgiven, he's not having the best of races so far, but he's in seventh. But I think that's due to a few pit stops. Jabber in eighth place. These guys still not pitting. Brisbane has pitted, put the soft tyres on. Now he's running to the flag, and he's ahead of Brian McCartney. The Big Mac pitted, he's put some softs on, running to the flag. Firepower pitted, he's put the softs on, he's running to the flag. And Conrad also pitting, and he's running to the flag. Brian didn't see, so I think Conrad is going to get a jump on him. And another Unforgiven does go into the pits. Will his teammate follow him in? It doesn't look like it, no. Jabber continues on. Brisbane, that's another position for Brisbane then. And will Brian go in? Because everyone around Brian pitted yet. Brian goes in, but he may have lost the undercut here with Big Mac, Firepower and Conrad all out there on the soft tyre. Big Mac already through, Firepower through as well. And Conrad pits. He didn't start on the softs though, did he? I think he already pitted. He's had to go in again, and I'm not sure why. Stealth leads from Love Rocket. Jerry Smiles in third ahead of Niggle. And when will they all pit? Grahamad in 5th, also not pitted yet, and nor has Hodgie in 6th. Jabba in 7th. Then Unforgiven got in and out again ahead of Big Mac. So Unforgiven is not going to drop any further than 9th place now. He's only going to make mad gains, I imagine, with those that opted not to go out. Jabba there. And if he can hold up Brisbane for his teammate, that would be wonderful. But Brisbane isn't messing. He don't mess about. And he's up and through already into 7th place, chasing down Hodgie, and everyone ahead of Brisbane has yet to pit. So this is going to be very tight. Sorry, I'll try and remember to do this. Stealth comes into the pits. Love Rocket follows him in. Niggle, no need to pit. And Jerry Smiles also pitting, as is Grahamad. Hodgie does not pit. Hodgie stays out in the BMW. And Niggle continuing on. He's going to stay out as late as he possibly can and get the most out of those soft tyres as they go onto their soft tyres. And look at that. Some of them have come out. Stealth's out in 3rd. Love Rocket comes out ahead of Brisbane. Brisbane is going to have to do the dirty on the track. His early pit stop has jumped him. Jerry Smiles, Grahamad, and maybe Unforgiven. He was around Unforgiven, wasn't he? Oh, a little barrier there. And Jerry Smiles sneaks one through past the McLaren driver. Love Rocket in 4th place. Jerry Smiles now up into 5th. And Brisbane, who is a very patient man, he doesn't mind. He can wait. We've still got 7 laps to go here. Plenty of time to overtake these guys ahead, but he is going to have to overtake them as everyone has done their pits. And Jerry is on a tear. What happened there? Oh, maybe Love Rocket, maybe that's why we saw Brisbane having a bit of a wiggle on. It looks like Love Rocket has lifted and had to let Jerry Smiles and Brisbane through. So Love Rocket looks like he is redressing. Possibly an accidental knock. Racing is resuming again. Niggle yet to pit, and nor has Hodgie. Stealth was leading this race and will again when them two ahead decide to make their pit stops. Jerry Smiles 4th at the moment, net 2nd ahead of Brisbane, who's racing hard. Yellow flag. Oh no, yellow flag. Who is it? Hodgie. No. Hodgie late breaks it into the hairpin. Oh, he misses the pit lane. I bet you he was trying to pit. I imagine. Oh, and then he gets caught up on the barrier. That is cruel. GT7. It is cruel. Does he carry on or does he go in the pit? He does go in the pits, but still so much time lost there for the BMW driver. Niggle then out in the lead. Stealth in 2nd. Jerry Smiles is 3rd with Brisbane in 4th. Love Rocket, who had to yield the positions, in 5th. Grahamad in 6th ahead of Unforgiven, who's up to 7th now. Hodgie's come out of the pits down in 9th. It's a disaster. It is an absolute disaster for the BMW driver, and is not what he was looking like. He was edging for a podium there. And Firepower now, with his warmed up tyres, can try and get the move done on Hodgie, who's gone on to mediums. Well, he was on mediums already. Has he made a mistake with his tyres? I don't think he was on softs. I think it was only Niggle that was on softs, so I think Hodgie has also made a mistake with his tyres. I honestly do. Poor Hodgie. When things go wrong, it goes very wrong. And BMW looking very much like Ferrari at the moment. They must have borrowed Ferrari's Stratician, as the wheels are falling off of the bus. Does he go back into the pits, or is he just going to take a penalty at the end of the race? Oh, I don't think that's where the pits are anyway, sorry. But I am pretty sure Niggle was the only one on soft tyres in the beginning of the race. So I believe that Hodgie has not used both compounds so far. Big Mac, that's good for him. Nigel then in. Nigel is in to get rid of those soft tyres, and Stealth will retake the lead of the race. And he does, with Brisbane close up his, and Love Rocket moving up into third. Nigel gets back out. Oh, he's crossed the penalty line. He has crossed the penalty line, and he has been absolutely dicked by GT7. It's like Michael Massey has come in for a starring role himself and plunked a penalty all over Nigel's face. What an absolute shame for Nigel. And it's his cross to bear, though. Jerry Smiles is loving it. He's thinking, yeah, baby, on the soft tyres. Nigel's on the mediums as well, and there he goes, losing a shed full of time. And Grahammed, I think, got a move on Jerry there whilst they were going past Nigel. So Grahammed getting himself up there into fourth place. Love Rocket, another podium. Brisbane looking for the win, lap 11 of 16. And Stealth has got to do everything he can to try and maintain the lead. And it's a lot in 5 laps to try and stay ahead of someone so classy as Brisbane. Someone so good at driving, as we saw him doing in the first race. But Stealth, more than man enough for it. He's standing up to him at the moment, and the BMW, he's owning it. Love Rocket Rods wants to catch this up and make it a 3-way battle for the lead here, coming into the final parts of this race, the second sprint race of round 8 of the Ultimate Racing League Tier 1, baby. They are always hiding in the back shadows, doing pirate broadcasts of their league. I was a thorn in their side, and look, Gabrielle told me that. Always believe. Stealth leads, but Brisbane is laying it on him hard right now. Brisbane doing a 56.5, and Stealth, it's a struggle for Stealth to keep him behind, and Brisbane sneaks it through, and he's up and into the lead, but his tyres are a lot more worn than Stealth's. The BMW looking after his tyres a lot tidier than the McLaren, but the McLaren are through now and into the lead, and Stealth in second. But Stealth, he may have to watch behind him rather than in front of him, because Love Rocket is on a tear, and he is absolutely going hard on Stealth right now. But Stealth still fancies that win, with Brisbane pulling away in the McLaren, the Reese's Pieces, and Stealth in the sexy BMW being caught by Love Rocket Rod, as Grahammed getting himself in with the fastest lap at the moment, and the Aston Martin coming strong at the end of this race, lap 12 of 16, and Love Rocket, I think, has picked up the toe of the BMW. Old Stealth off of it for the last 2 or 3 laps from the McLaren driver, is now having to deal with it from the Toyota driver. Does it ever end? Does it ever end, Stealth, eh? What do you have to do? And that is Love Rocket up and into second place, and Stealth, from leading this race mostly, has now dropped down into third. Can Grahammed really hurt Stealth's feelings and give him a really bad Sunday night? With Unforgiven in fifth, I tell you what, that's a drive, isn't it? That's a drive, because we saw he had a bang in the barrier. He was very last, and he's had an adventure, has the BMW driver, and he's managed to haul that Beamer back up and into fifth place. Jerry Smiles in sixth, giving it his all in the third Reich, and Nigel in seventh. He was riding high, mama, but those medium tyres at the end of the race seem to have worked against him, and he's not got that big of a gap from the Big Mac. And the Big Mac, if he keeps planting 57.5s down, is going to be upon Niggle, who's only doing 58.6s. So the Big Mac has an opportunity there to get 7th place. Jabba's race did not go well, and Hodgie, also we saw him hitting the barrier before he come in to the pits, down in 10th ahead of Firepower, and Conrad has got the soft tyres on. He must have had to go back in. Was it Conrad? I think it was, wasn't it? No, it was Hodgie that we think's doing the double stint on medium tyres. But I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't. But I thought it was only Niggle that was on the soft tyres at the beginning of the race. Someone spun. It's not Jabba. It's not the Big Mac. It's not him. Ooh, no, I don't know. I don't know what the yellow flag was for. It doesn't seem to be anyone. But Love Rocket is giving it some against Brisbane. Brisbane's tyres are looking a little torn up on lap 13 of 16 now. And the Mars-cladded Toyota driver is giving it big balls come the end of this race. The final furlong, the final push. And the Toyota is looking strong against the McLaren. The McLaren seeing it sliding a little bit with its tyres, rubbing the barriers a little bit. And Love Rocket is coming. So is Stealth. Stealth staying with him. Stealth's tyres look the best out of all of them. I really like that design with the yellow on the red. It's good stuff. Grahamad in 4th place, too far back. Still with that fastest lap though for Grahamad in the Aston Martin. Unforgiven in 5th place. He's racing air at the moment. No one behind, no one in front. Jerry Smiles, he's also all on his own in 6th place. But Niggle is pushing a 58.7 for Niggle last time around. 59.3 from the third right. So he's got to really be careful as Jerry Smiles in that Mercedes. Because the Honda is on its way. Remember Pearl Jam? Pearl Harbor and Pearl Jam, do you remember them as well? Jabba in 8th, being caught by the Big Mac. Did I not say? Did I not foresay that the Big Mac with that pace could catch up the BMW? Oh, and he's turned too early, and he's had a little knock with the barrier, and Jabba maintains 8th place, and Hodgie moves up a position, but I'm still unsure of that position from Hodgie. He's also picked up half a second penalty. And the Big Mac then, he went all in and he got his caught with his trousers down. Firepower in 11th and Conrad in 12th. We've lost another competitor. Did we not have 14? We lost Angry Man. And oh, Brian's gone. And Brian, not having fun, has decided to duck out. And Brisbane now he can't build up that gap like he did in the first race, can he? With Love Rocket Rod and Stealth all in it still with 2 laps to go. They're crossing the line to start lap 15. And it's this one and the next. White flag time, boys. White flag, which, yeah, white flag is penultimate lap. It also means, you know, surrender. So Brisbane, he has pulled out though. Enough for what he needs in this final lap. Love Rocket, has he got any more in the Toyota? But it looks more like Stealth is going to go for a move on the Toyota than the Toyota is going to make a move on the McLaren. The Stealth is looking absolutely solid here. His tyres are together and he looks like he's got a plan to mug Love Rocket right off. There he comes up the hill. And Love Rocket, I don't even think he's aware of the absolute mug through. I don't know for sure if he does or not, but I've got a tingle. I've got a tingle in my undercarriage that says that Stealth is going for this one. Grahamad in 4th. He's racing no one, but he's doing a great job doing it. Unforgiven in 5th place. Ahead of Niggle in 6th, but Niggle is being caught by Jerry Smiles. Oh no, or he's caught Jerry Smiles. Has he gone ahead of Jerry Smiles? Because Jerry Smiles' last lap was a shocker. 202.4 from Jerry Smiles. Niggle with a 159.01. So I think that's Niggle moving up ahead of Jerry Smiles. Jabber in 8th, ahead of Hodgie in 9th, Firepower in 10th, and Big Mac picking up more penalties in 11th, ahead of Conrad, who he's had two different races this evening. One absolutely blinding race and one absolutely shocking race, and that is strange. Brisbane easily takes the win. Sorry, it's already over. Love Rocket in 2nd, Stealth in... No, it's not. They've just started the final lap. I got all excited then. One more lap to go. Here we go. Sorry. I had a panic on that I'd missed the whole lap. So Brisbane then leads from Love Rocket, and Stealth in 3rd place. I thought Stealth was going to go for a final push there on Love Rocket, but it looks like Stealth just hasn't got the beamer underneath him today to get that podium. I mean, to get that 2nd place. He's got the podium, sorry. Grahamad in 4th, still holding the fastest lap. That's worth a point in itself. Ahead of Unforgiven in 5th. Niggle in 6th, pulling away from Jerry Smiles, possibly. Jerry Smiles trying to push that Merc, but the fuel's looking bad. Jabber has got plenty of fuel this race. He's not made that mistake. Hodgie, I'm unsure. It might be a glitch in the game. Maybe we didn't see what his tyres were and it just didn't move. Firepower in 10th on those softs, having a little nudge with the barrier. Big Mac, his fuel's low. Sorry, and Conrad having a race he'd rather forget. But we see Brisbane now leading Love Rocket, and Stealth has fallen even further back from the 2nd place battle. But he's got the space before Grahamad. It's not about fuel, he must have made a bit of a mistake. Little knock on the wall for Love Rocket as well. It's been a long evening, and the heat here at Tokyo has been immense. And here we see for the 2nd time this stream is Brisbane get the win. Well done. Love Rocket in 2nd, Stealth on the podium. Take a boo, my son. Graham Hill getting a 4th. Grahamad Ali with Unforgiven in 5th, and Niggle just staving off Jerry Smiles there to get himself a well-deserved 6th place in the Honda. And it looks like Jerry ran out of fuel, but he's safe in 7th. Jabber in 8th, pushing on in the BMW. He seems safe from Hodgie as he crosses the line. And Hodgie, I'm not sure, used the right tyres there. And Firepower in 10th, with Big Mac coming home in 11th place, ahead of Conrad, who had a very diverse 2 races there. So that was that. Round 8 of League 1 of the Ultimate Racing League, the Sunday evening racing in the Group 3 cars. That was fun. I enjoyed it. Hopefully they'll let me do the next round, which I can't remember where it is. I know the last round's Lemons, but I can't remember what's just before Lemons. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm sure it'll be exciting, don't you worry. So thank you for tuning in. And yeah, thanks for letting me do this on your format. It's been beautiful. All that's left to say now is Turu, peace and love, peace and love.